Here are 20 of the most significant events that shocked the world in 2024, with detailed of each. A year of breakthroughs, chaos, and unity. From fierce conflicts to groundbreaking innovations, this year left a lasting mark on humanity. Curious to see how 20 pivotal events reshaped our world? Stay tuned to uncover the stories that changed the course of history. In our list, the 20th major event was the first successful long-term implementation of a brain-computer interface in humans was announced, allowing direct communication between the human brain and external devices. This breakthrough had profound implications for treating neurological disorders and enhancing human cognitive abilities. It also sparked ethical debates about the future of human-machine integration and the potential for creating enhanced or superhuman individuals. The catastrophic failure of the Three Gorges Dam in China led to massive flooding, loss of life, and economic disruption. This disaster had far-reaching consequences for China's economy and global supply chains. It also raised concerns about the safety of large-scale infrastructure projects and the impacts of climate change on existing structures. A high-profile assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump during his campaign trail shocked the nation. While Trump survived the attempt, the incident heightened political tensions and raised serious questions about security for political figures. It led to increased polarization and debates about political violence in America. A quantum computer successfully solved a problem deemed impossible for classical computers, demonstrating quantum supremacy on an unprecedented scale. This achievement had significant implications for fields such as cryptography, drug discovery, and complex system modeling. It also raised concerns about the potential for quantum computers to break current encryption methods, prompting a rush to develop quantum-resistant cryptography. A new strain of antibiotic-resistant bacteria emerged, rapidly spreading worldwide and causing a global health crisis. The pandemic highlighted the growing threat of antimicrobial resistance and the urgent need for new antibiotics and alternative treatments. It led to unprecedented international cooperation in medical research and public health measures. Scientists achieved a major milestone in nuclear fusion technology, demonstrating a sustained fusion reaction that produced more energy than it consumed. This breakthrough offered the promise of virtually limitless, clean energy and had far-reaching implications for addressing climate change and global energy needs. It sparked a new era of investment and research in fusion technology. A coordinated cyber attack targeted major banks and financial institutions worldwide, causing widespread disruption to global financial systems. The attack, attributed to a state-sponsored hacking group, highlighted vulnerabilities in digital infrastructure and led to calls for enhanced cybersecurity measures. It also raised concerns about the potential for cyber warfare to destabilize economies and trigger international conflicts. A coordinated cyber attack targeted major banks and financial institutions worldwide, causing widespread disruption to global financial systems. The attack, attributed to a state-sponsored hacking group, highlighted vulnerabilities in digital infrastructure and led to calls for enhanced cybersecurity measures. It also raised concerns about the potential for cyber warfare to destabilize economies and trigger international conflicts. Millions fled conflict and climate disasters, leading to a critical migration crisis. Nations struggled to accommodate and support the displaced, while global organizations emphasized the need for unified approaches to preserve human dignity. Scientists announced the discovery of microbial life on one of Jupiter's moons, providing the first concrete evidence of extraterrestrial life in our solar system. This groundbreaking finding revolutionized our understanding of life in the universe and sparked intense interest in further space exploration. It also raised philosophical and religious questions about humanity's place in the cosmos. One of the world's largest cryptocurrency exchanges suddenly collapsed, wiping out billions in investor assets. The event sent shockwaves through the global financial system and led to increased scrutiny of the cryptocurrency market. It prompted calls for stricter regulation of digital currencies and raised questions about the stability and future of decentralized finance. A major breakthrough in artificial intelligence led to the development of an AI system that demonstrated human-level reasoning and problem-solving abilities across multiple domains. This advancement raised ethical concerns and debates about the future of work, privacy, and the potential risks of superintelligent AI. It also sparked a global race to regulate and harness the technology's potential. 2024 saw record-breaking temperatures worldwide, leading to devastating heat waves, wildfires, and other climate-related disasters. The extreme weather events caused significant loss of life, displaced communities, and damaged agriculture, intensifying calls for urgent action on climate change. The crisis prompted emergency global summits and accelerated efforts to transition to renewable energy sources. A joint international effort successfully landed the first human crew on Mars. This historic achievement marked a new era in space exploration and captured the world's imagination. The mission provided unprecedented scientific data about the Red Planet and demonstrated the potential for future human colonization of space. It also sparked a new space race among nations and private companies to establish a permanent presence on Mars. Scientists announced a groundbreaking treatment for Alzheimer's disease, showing significant success in reversing cognitive decline in early-stage patients. This medical breakthrough offered hope to millions of people worldwide affected by the disease and their families. The development represented a major leap forward in neurodegenerative disease research and opened new avenues for treating other forms of dementia. A devastating earthquake struck California, causing widespread destruction and loss of life. The quake, one of the strongest in the state's history, damaged critical infrastructure, displaced thousands of residents, and had significant economic repercussions. The disaster highlighted the ongoing vulnerability of the region to seismic activity and sparked renewed discussions about earthquake preparedness and building standards. Ismail Haniyeh, the political leader of Hamas, was assassinated at his residence in Tehran, Iran. This high-profile killing sent shockwaves through the Middle East and further complicated the already volatile situation in the region. The assassination led to retaliatory actions and increased hostilities between various factions, threatening to destabilize fragile peace efforts. In a shocking move, President Joe Biden announced his resignation from the 2024 presidential race. This decision paved the way for Vice President Kamala Harris to become the Democratic nominee, marking a historic moment as the first woman of color to lead a major party ticket in a U.S. presidential election. The transition sparked intense debates about leadership, representation, and the future direction of the Democratic Party. The Islamic State, ISIS, made an alarming comeback in 2024, carrying out high-profile attacks in multiple countries. Bombings in Iran killed 95 people, while an assault on a Moscow concert hall resulted in over 130 deaths. The group's resurgence, particularly in the wake of Syria's political upheaval, raised global security concerns and prompted increased counterterrorism efforts worldwide. The conflict between Israel and Hamas expanded into a wider regional confrontation, drawing in Lebanon and other neighboring countries. The assassination of Hamas senior official Saleh al-Aruri in Beirut by Israel and the killing of Hezbollah commander Fuad Shukr in an Israeli airstrike escalated tensions dramatically. The conflict saw unprecedented levels of violence and civilian casualties, leading to international calls for ceasefire and renewed peace negotiations. In a stunning turn of events, a coalition of rebel groups in Syria launched a lightning-fast offensive that toppled Bashar al-Assad's regime in just 11 days. This unexpected development ended 13 years of civil war and 53 years of Ba'ath Party rule. The sudden collapse of Assad's government surprised the international community and fundamentally altered the geopolitical landscape of the Middle East. The power vacuum left in Syria raised concerns about a potential resurgence of extremist groups and triggered a new wave of diplomatic efforts to stabilize the region. The most shocking event was that Donald Trump secured a second term as President of the United States in a highly contentious election. His victory sparked widespread protests and debates about the state of American democracy. The election saw record-breaking voter turnout and unprecedented social media engagement, with Trump receiving over 38 million social media mentions in a single day. His return to power signaled a dramatic shift in U.S. domestic and foreign policy, with implications for international relations, climate change policies, and social issues. 2024 showed us the best and worst of humanity. The challenges we faced were immense, but the resilience and hope displayed reaffirmed our ability to adapt and thrive. Want to shape a brighter future? Stay informed, be engaged, and take action. Together, we can redefine tomorrow. Join me as I dive deep into the surprising choices for Trump's cabinet and try to figure out what's really behind them. Get ready for a journey through the intriguing world of President-elect Donald Trump's cabinet picks. We'll explore familiar faces, delve into controversies, and uncover the administration's strategic moves. Strap in for insights and analysis you won't want to miss. As Donald Trump assumed office, his cabinet selections captured widespread attention. Blending allies with contentious figures, these nominees sparked discussions nationwide. So, who are these individuals, and why is there so much buzz around them? Securing a cabinet position isn't just a matter of nomination. Each appointee must pass through the rigorous Senate confirmation process. Here, we examine the dynamics and potential roadblocks for Trump's selections. Linda McMahon, slated for Secretary of Education, entered the spotlight. Her experience in the private sector raised eyebrows. What does her nomination mean for education policies, and why might it ignite controversy in the Senate? Nominated as Secretary of Commerce, Howard Lutnick brings with him a corporate pedigree. We explore his business acumen alongside the critiques he faces. With a mission to reshape commerce policies, Lutnick stands at a pivotal intersection. Health and Human Services nominee Robert F. Kennedy Jr. steps into a challenging role. Known for his controversial vaccine views, his policies could redefine public health. How does his stance impact not only his confirmation, but also the future of healthcare? Chris Wright, the choice for Secretary of Energy, is amid environmental discourse. With a history of challenging climate change narratives, his policies could transform energy strategies. Let's dive into Wright's past and potential impact on the nation's energy sector. Sean Duffy was named by Trump to head the Department of Transportation. Duffy is a co-host of The Bottom Line on Fox Business and served as a congressman for Wisconsin's 7th Congressional District in the northwest part of the state from 2011 to 2019. Doug Burgum nominated as Secretary of the Interior. Doug Burgum, governor of North Dakota since 2016, was named by Trump to become the Secretary of the Interior on Navicar 14. Trump said the announcement would be official the following day. Doug Collins, a former Republican congressman from Georgia's 9th District, has been appointed as the Secretary of the Department of Veterans Affairs. Collins, a chaplain of the U.S. Air Force Reserve Command, operates support programs for veterans and their families. Matt Gaetz, a U.S. congressman from Florida's 1st Congressional District since 2017, announced his resignation from Congress after being nominated. The House Ethics Committee has investigated him for allegations of sexual misconduct and illicit drug use. Marco Rubio, a Florida senator, was appointed as the Secretary of State on November 13th. He serves on the Senate Intelligence and Foreign Relations Committees and is responsible for the nation's foreign policy and international relations. Tulsi Gabbard, a former Democratic U.S. representative from Hawaii's 2nd Congressional District, is now the Director of National Intelligence. She served in the Army National Guard for over 2 decades and was deployed to Iraq and Kuwait. Gabbard joined the U.S. Army Reserve in 2021 and was promoted to lieutenant colonel. She was a member of the House Committee on Homeland Security for 2 years, but lacks extensive experience in intelligence operations. Senate confirmation is required. Pete Hegseth, a Fox News host and Army veteran, is set to become the Secretary of Defense. Despite his combat experience, Hegseth is seen as a Pentagon outsider, favoring firing woke generals, eliminating combat roles for women, and easing troop conduct restrictions. Kristi Noem, South Dakota's governor since 2019, has been praised for sending the South Dakota National Guard to the southern border. She was criticized for killing her 14-month-old dog for being untrainable in a memoir. Homeland Security is responsible for public safety and security. Senate confirmation is required. John Ratcliffe, former Director of National Intelligence during Trump's first administration, served as the Republican House member for the 4th District of Texas from 2015 to 2020. He was first nominated for the intelligence job in 2019, but withdrew due to questioned qualifications. In 2020, he was nominated again and confirmed by the Senate. The CIA collects, analyzes, and shares intelligence information to protect national security. Elise Stefanik, a New York representative and former chair of the House Republican Conference, is the U.S. ambassador to the United Nations. She represents the U.S. at the United Nations and was reportedly on Trump's 2024 running mate list. Senate confirmation is required. Lee Zeldin, former New York House representative, is set to become the administrator of the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, which protects human health and the environment through anti-pollution regulations, research, and cleanup operations, with Senate confirmation required. Zeldin is expected to help roll back Biden-era climate regulations amid Trump's fossil fuel energy expansion. Repesh Mike Waltz, a decorated Green Beret combat veteran and member of the House Armed Services Committee, has been serving as the National Security Advisor since 2019. He has demanded increased defense spending from NATO allies and questioned the U.S. blank check for Ukraine in its war with Russia. As Trump's cabinet forms, America stands at a crossroads. Tune in to witness a defining era in politics. Share your thoughts, join the conversation, and stay engaged. Remember, your voice matters in shaping the future. Subscribe today, and let's journey forward together. Ready to embark on an exploration of political innovation and transformation? Engage with us, subscribe for more insights, and let's unravel the future of America's administration. Your curiosity fuels this narrative. Join us on this dynamic journey. There's no denying that the Trump family's lives are closely scrutinized. And with that comes a lot of public interest in their personal lives, particularly when it comes to the youngest member of the family, Barron Trump. One question that's been on a lot of people's minds lately is whether or not Barron is secretly dating someone. Barron Trump, the youngest son of the Trump family, has always intrigued the public. As he grows into adulthood, his towering height and reserved demeanor make him a standout figure. Despite his preference for privacy, curiosity about his life never seems to wane. From his early days in the spotlight to his recent college journey, Barron's life has been closely watched. Yet he remains one of the most private members of the Trump family. But what do we truly know about this elusive young man? Recently, the internet started buzzing with rumors about Barron's romantic life. Speculations linked him to a young model named Clara Jones, igniting a frenzy. Pictures of the two were shared online, fueling debate about whether Barron was dating. However, these images lacked any context or credible sources. Without substantial evidence, questions linger. Was Clara just a friend, or was this all a case of rumor-driven imagination? Social media's role in amplifying the chatter cannot be understated. Barron's largely private upbringing makes such rumors irresistible. People are fascinated with uncovering the hidden lives of public figures, and Barron's reserved nature only intensifies that curiosity. As the youngest Trump, he carries the weight of immense public fascination. Unlike his father or famous older siblings, Barron chooses to stay out of the limelight. This silence creates a mysterious aura, leading to more speculation about his life behind closed doors. It's easy to see why his every move becomes a subject of gossip. Much of Barron's privacy can be credited to his mother, Melania Trump. Known for fiercely protecting her son, Melania avoids letting him get consumed by media scrutiny. Even during the Trump presidency, she ensured Barron stayed grounded despite his high-profile family. Melania has consistently worked to offer Barron a normal upbringing. She safeguards his milestones, like growing up in Washington and beginning college life, maintaining a delicate balance between public duty and private living. Her role is key to understanding Barron's life today. Now 18, Barron is no longer a child. He recently started his college years at NYU, a time filled with transformation. This new chapter provides opportunities to carve his own identity away from the Trump legacy. However, with this transition comes heightened public interest. Attending university in New York means Barron is at the heart of media and public visibility. How he manages this newfound independence will shape his journey into adulthood. The media's obsession with Barron reveals a bigger issue: the ethics of covering stories about young public figures. As news outlets chase clicks, they often amplify unverified claims. This not only spreads misinformation, but also unfairly impacts Barron's social circles and personal life. Barron's situation highlights the need for greater responsibility in reporting. Speculative stories about his romantic relationships should be treated cautiously. Celebrity or not, privacy is a right that everyone deserves, especially at a formative age. Despite the buzz, there's no concrete proof to support the Clara Jones rumors. From blurry photos to dubious sources, the claims are filled with inconsistencies. Without a clear statement from Barron or his family, the truth remains unknown. Fans may want to believe in a romantic narrative, but this speculation lacks substance. Instead, it reinforces society's tendency to project stories onto public figures, even when the evidence is shaky at best. As the youngest member of a high-profile dynasty, Barron's life stands apart. While his father, Donald Trump, and siblings remain public figures, Barron's quiet world tells a different story. He represents a bridge between family legacy and a new generational perspective. Barron's preference for staying out of the spotlight reflects his individuality. Rather than following the loud footsteps of his famous family, he shows us that not all Trumps seek the limelight. This speaks to his desire to build a life on his own terms. Looking ahead, Barron's journey promises to be an intriguing one. As he navigates young adulthood and college life, all while under the media's watchful eye, questions linger. Will he step into a more public role or continue carving his private path? Speculating about Barron's future is natural, but respecting his choices is critical. Whether he becomes a public figure or continues to maintain his privacy, Barron's story is his to write. The public can only wait and watch as it unfolds. Discussions about Barron and his rumored relationships go beyond mere celebrity gossip. They raise serious questions about how we treat the children of public figures, regardless of their status. Sadly, interest often trumps respect. Understanding where to draw the line between curiosity and intrusion is vital. Such boundaries not only protect Barron, but contribute to a broader culture of decency and respect in media narratives. Barron Trump's story teaches us the value of privacy. Whether or not he's in a relationship, public speculation won't change the facts. What's more important is respecting his journey and giving him space to grow. If you found this deep dive intriguing, share and subscribe for more thoughtful takes on current events. Let's commit to fair, ethical conversations about the public figures we follow. Join me as I dive deep into the whirlwind of Barron Trump's love life and see if I can uncover the secrets behind it. Barron Trump, the youngest son of Donald Trump and Melania Trump, has always been a subject of fascination. And one aspect of his life that remains particularly mysterious is his love life. Finding reliable information about Barron's love life is quite the challenge, given his age and the level of privacy that surrounds him. His parents have made it clear that they intend to keep their son out of the public eye as much as possible, which means that we don't get to see or hear much about his personal life. As a result, we're left with very few concrete facts and a lot of speculation. Because of his age, Barron's life is not as publicly scrutinized as that of his siblings, and his parents have been successful in keeping his personal life private. This lack of information only heightens the intrigue, prompting us to wonder about the true nature of his private life. One thing that has been noted about Barron's public appearances is that he always seems very comfortable and at ease, even in situations that might intimidate other kids his age. This has led some to speculate that he may be more outgoing and confident than we might expect, given his family's prominence. There have been some rumors about Barron's relationships with his classmates, although it's hard to say how much truth there is to these rumors. One thing that does seem clear is that he's a relatively normal kid who likes to do normal kid things, even if his family's circumstances are far from normal. One significant observation about Barron's life is that, despite belonging to one of the world's most influential families, he maintains a grounded and level-headed demeanor. This is something that's been noted by many people who have met him or seen him in person, and it's a testament to his parents' efforts to keep him grounded and focused on what really matters. In conclusion, while we may not know much about Barron Trump's love life, what we do know suggests that he's a pretty normal kid who's been lucky enough to have some amazing experiences and opportunities. And let's be real, who can blame us for being curious about what's going on behind closed doors? It's only natural to wonder about the private life of someone as fascinating as Barron Trump. Thanks for watching, and if you've got any thoughts about Barron Trump's love life, be sure to share them in the comments below. And if you're interested in learning more about the Trump family dynamics, be sure to check out some of my other videos. As Donald Trump takes office, Americans are left wondering what's in store for the country in 2025. The 45th President of the United States faces numerous challenges, ranging from economic growth to foreign policy, healthcare to education. Let's dive into the top priorities for the Trump administration and what it means for the American people. From job creation to national security, we'll explore the potential implications of Trump's policies and what the future may hold. So, what's next for America in 2025? Watch to find out. Following his inauguration on January 20th, 2025, Donald Trump has outlined an ambitious agenda that aims to significantly reshape U.S. policy across multiple sectors. His plans include a mix of executive actions, legislative initiatives, and broader strategic goals. On his first day in office, Trump intends to implement around 100 executive orders aimed at reversing many policies established by the Biden administration. Key actions expected to be taken include border security and immigration. Trump plans to close the U.S.-Mexico border and reinstate travel bans. He has promised to initiate what he calls the largest mass deportation operation in U.S. history, focusing on removing undocumented immigrants who are criminals or have been ordered deported. Ending birthright citizenship. An executive order is anticipated to reinterpret the law regarding birthright citizenship, which would prevent children born to undocumented immigrants from automatically receiving U.S. citizenship. Pardons for January 6 convicts. Trump has expressed intentions to pardon individuals convicted for their roles in the January 6 Capitol riot. Rolling back climate policies. He aims to revoke various environmental regulations and policies implemented under the Biden administration, including those related to electric vehicles and fossil fuel production. Beyond immediate executive actions, Trump has articulated broader goals that will guide his administration. Economic reforms. Trump plans to implement significant tax reductions and reduce government expenditures. He aims to work with business leaders like Elon Musk to enhance government efficiency. Health and food systems. Overhaul. His administration intends to reform health policies with input from figures like Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who is known for his skepticism about vaccines. Foreign policy initiatives. Trump has claimed he could resolve the ongoing conflict in Ukraine swiftly and intends to adopt a tougher stance against Russia compared to the previous administration. Reclaiming presidential powers. Trump seeks to expand presidential authority over government spending, potentially challenging congressional directives regarding budget allocations. Trump's inauguration will feature a series of ceremonial events, including a service at St. John's Episcopal Church, the swearing-in ceremony at the U.S. Capitol, a presidential parade down Pennsylvania Avenue, several inaugural balls where he will deliver remarks. Overall, Trump's return to office is marked by a commitment to his America First agenda, aiming for a radical transformation of federal policies and governance structures. His plans are expected to face significant legal challenges and require cooperation with Congress for full implementation.